Another day on my own today, ladies and gentlemen. Laura's gone off out to go get her hair done. So which means I'm on my own for another like 4 hours or so. The best part about that as well is it's actually really cold today. It's like legit cold. Outside it's like nearly 1 degrees, nearly below freezing. That would usually mean sitting downstairs in the kitchen with the fire on, doing a little bit of work. But nope, not today. Not today. Today we're in here completing the move. I'm going to transfer all of the stuff that I think I need from Atlas over to the new computer, and I'm going to push this in there, move Atlas over here. I think I'm going to officially make the jump to this computer. I'm going to boot up Visual Studio, I'm going to boot up my platform and run all my microservices and see how it performs. It's going to be good. I should mention actually, in the last video I mentioned about doing like a Nova benchmarking. And it was like twice as good in basically everything or more. One thing Atlas did win though. So there was this program you can get called SuperPi, which calculates digits of pi, single-threaded core performance. It's not multi-threaded. And 32 million digits, sorry. Atlas can do it in 9 minutes and 4 seconds, and the new computer can do it in 9 minutes and 8. So there you go. 5-6 years difference, and Atlas still wins on that one. But that's the point. I kind of tried to keep harbouring on in the last video, like often you would go with Ryzen because it's cheaper than Intel, and it is cheaper than Intel. Like the comparable Intel chip to my chip is the i7, the i7 one, which I think is 6 cores. But it's not hyper-threaded because they've now moved that to the i9, which is even more expensive, and the i7 is like £200 more. And I got 8 cores, boy. And it's all about, what I need is just multiple threads. And I'm running lots and lots and lots of microservices and spinning out basically like clusters of Docker containers. Them threads are going to come in clutch. Let's boot up Atlas one last time. Not one last time, but one more time. I'll have a look around, see if there's anything I need that I need to get off of it. Otherwise, unplug her, take the monitors out, put both monitors into the new computer, and roll from there. It is really annoying having to sit like off center, you know. Shut it down, let's just do it, boys. Right, computer, which side are you going? You're going right side or left side? I'm thinking right side. Have the shiny window and then put it there, do you, so you can't see it. Also the plug's a little bit better. This won't reach as far, but that's alright. Just moved Atlas out. It feels so plastically and light. I could literally, if it wasn't so wide, I've got big hands, I could lift that with one hand. No way in hell. Damn, this feels old. Jesus. I mean, it's done me fucking well, thank you, boy. Okay, it just about fits. It won't fit in between the legs, and it won't fit on the other side of the desk without moving the whole desk, and then this room's a bit too small. To be honest with you, this room is in general a bit shit for this office. The floor is like not even, so there's a little bit of cardboard underneath the foot of the computer, which is really annoying. But by the by, at least it's not in the way of the vents or anything, like it was on Atlas a little bit. So that's basically then what the plan is. I'll tell you what the plan is over time. I'm planning on getting rid of these speakers, and therefore that unit there, which powers them. Really good. Really good. I really like them, but the thing down there is broken, so the screen doesn't really work at all. The volume thing doesn't really work. The plan is get rid of those, replace them with some good. So if anyone knows of any good small speakers, I want it to sound good. I don't want like cheap tap basically, but I want smaller speakers so that they can fit on the desk still without taking so much space. Then I'm going to upgrade the monitors. They're 24 inches, well 24 and 23 inches at the moment. I want to get like maybe 2 27s. Maybe. I mean preferably I want a 3x2 monitor. So like a Surface monitor rather than a thingy one. So Surface monitors are, they're a little bit taller than you'd expect. I don't really want widescreen. I want 2 tall monitors. Or, so 2 tall monitors at 27, or 3 at 24 and 1 vertical. That's the dream. Printer is going to move downstairs at some point because we're going to get a wireless one. so that we can all use it easily, and it's trash printer anyway. It was a cheap one we bought for uni because we didn't want to pay for printer credits there. / off campus, I think it was second year I got it. And then I want to upgrade my keyboard and mouse, at which point this keyboard and this mouse will become controllers for Atlas. One of these monitors, maybe even two, probably just one, will come into here, and at this point we'll set up probably the TV in this corner, and then Atlas can basically sit plugged into that, and she can run as basically like a build server or just a server for me in general. But then if you wanted to watch or do anything in here, you can use Atlas. That's the plan. That's the long-term plan. It kind of feels weird completely replacing that computer without changing the monitors or anything, because it's just that it's identical. It's like the exact same. So it's like really difficult to kind of like. It doesn't feel like a new computer, even though it's like quicker and takes up a bit more fucking space. Which is why I've moved this out of the way, which is like a floor protector. I'm gonna have another go now, putting it back in. I haven't thought about it. Maybe this could replace that piece of cardboard. How did I want this? Because it was kind of not very well placed anyway. This is annoyingly not long enough as well. God damn. Look, an obvious problem with this desk thing as well, this floor mat, is it basically takes up the whole room. And how am I supposed to slide it? Because I'm on it. Oh god. This is stressful. It was so much easier when there was nothing in here. One day the whole desk will just go into this room. There's so much shit in this room that needs like finding a home for or just binning. I think it's the rules. When you move into a new house, all the stuff that you leave in this room after 6 months should just be binned. So now, I need to figure out this Wi-Fi thing. Let's mix it up a little bit, boys. A good question. Do I need this much space down here now? Now that Atlas isn't sat there. We've been shunting everything further this way. Is it a problem where the door is? If I get more space that side. It's more space efficient, isn't it? I should move the desk. No. Okay, that's a little bit more room. I've pushed it further that way and I've got a bit more door space here now. Okay, I'm happy with that. Power on. Oh, I've not plugged it in. Maybe without it. Oh, that looks better now it's in there. My days, mate. That blue light's very bright out the back, isn't it? Jeez. Let's see if it... Got one monitor. And we are live, boys. Right, phew. It really annoys me how different these two monitors look. Every time I think about it, it pisses me off. I'm gonna get two of the same monitors next time. My days. To be fair, that's the monitor that came with Atlas, and that was a TV I had pre-Atlas. These monitors are ancient, dog. Right, but we're up and running. Couldn't help, since I now kind of know what I'm looking at. Look at poor old Atlas. Firstly, it's dusty AF. Where? The one thing I wanted to know, because I changed the hard drive in this bad boy not long ago, but I couldn't find the SSD. And now I know what my SSD looks like. I don't think it's an M2 one, so I can't see it there. On a lot of things, there's like a little case in the back here where all the wires are, but there aren't any wires in the back. Where the frick's the SSD, dog? The size of that goddamn graphics card in there, look. My lord. There's a RAM. I assume that's RAM. Yeah, that's RAM. Where's the fucking SSD, dog? What if it's that? That's wireless. That was why my wireless was always so shit. I legitimately have no idea where the RAM is. Where the old SSD was. Anyone? Tell me if you can see it. Because I bloody well can't. It's not around there, is it? It's not. No. What the frick? It's like following all the wires. Maybe it's something to do with all the wires. That's the disk drive. There are some wires going over there, but I think that's to the front of the case. Ah, fuck knows. Maybe it doesn't even have one. Maybe it was all a joke. Or it's in this power supply thing. Who fucking knows, my boy? Anyway, Atlas. It was nice knowing you. Rest in peace. Long live Atlas. Proper, I love that setup. I'm going to let my credit card chill out a little bit before I go and buy all the other things I want. But effectively, I want new keyboard, new mouse, new monitors, new speakers, and a new printer. That's all the things I want. And I'm open to recommendations on all fronts, by the way, which I've just tweeted about. because I think someone suggested one on Twitter that I'd literally never heard of that keyboard before, and it's always worth listening to stuff like that. I can't decide whether or not I want like a low profile keyboard or a mechanical one. I've never had a mechanical one before. Literally never used a mechanical keyboard before, so I'm not really sure. What I don't like is changing keyboards often. So if I'm often on a laptop, having said that though, at work I have like a shitty little like Microsoft style, cheap Microsoft, you know, like school style keyboards. And I can type on that fine and type on my laptop and type on my... So maybe that's an invalid argument. But yeah, I've looked at things like the Code keyboard or a DAS keyboard, but they're really fucking expensive. I've also looked at like the Craft keyboard or the Surface keyboards. So I'm a Surface fanboy. Apparently they're really good. There's also like a Microsoft Designer keyboard, which is similar, but not grey, effectively. But yeah, I really don't know what I want keyboard-wise. Mouse-wise, I'm pretty confident I'm just going to get the Logitech MX Master one. Can't decide whether to get a vertical one or not. That does look cool, but I've never used a vertical mouse before, so I don't know. Monitors, speakers-wise, I've literally no idea. Literally no idea. I don't want cheap tatty ones. I want them to sound as good as those. Just because I'm downsizing doesn't mean I don't want to drop quality. And they sound wicked, no matter how old they are, because they're so big, effectively. So I don't know whether to get something like Bose ones, or something like that. Preferably, I would love it if they could be plugged into the computer, but controlled by the network. So if I could control them from the Google Home, or my phone, and I could cast things to them, like Sonos, effectively. I'd love that, but I'm not sure how viable that is. I don't think it's possible. And monitors-wise, I'll tell you what my dream monitors would be. So I've said, haven't I, I'd want 2 or 3 like that. If I could buy the Surface Studio screen, I'd buy 2 of them literally like that. I wouldn't even think about it. I'd just be like, right, bang. Don't care how much money it is. It would probably come to more than the computer itself if you buy 2 of them at once. But I'd just fucking do it, because I just need that in my life. One thing I really don't understand is ultra-wide monitors. I've no understanding of why that's even useful. I don't understand why you would ever replace 2 monitors with 1 ultra-wide. And 2 ultra-wide monitors is ridiculous. So it's just not the same. It might be 1 monitor is basically 2, but it's not the same as 2 monitors. And just don't understand that at all. And you see people with like that kind of setup, I'm like, but you just end up wasting space, effectively. And like I talk about the Surface Studio, the annoying thing is, I want height. I want height on the monitor, I don't want width. What's the width useful for, apart from gaming? Is probably the only reason why you want ultra-wide for gaming. I don't want that, I want height. Boy! Give me some height so I can see some more fucking code in that bad boy. That's why I want a portrait monitor, so I can get more code in a vertical stroke. I transitioned to a portrait monitor at work, so I have laptop here, laptop above that I've got a normal horizontal, and then a portrait one on the right. Oh, it's great. I do like it. I've been like chilling upstairs, sorting stuff out, basically. Not really getting my platform up and running, but I've got it up and running now. I say up and running, I've got some of the code down. I was just running the tests, and my fucking god, do they run quick. Damn! And I was like, I ran them in parallel, in single threaded, and I'm like, okay, cool. Yep, about the same as Atlas. Multi-threaded, fucking immediate. She's like, there you go, happy fucking birthday, mate. You want some more cores, do you? An uncanny ability to get distracted by stuff. And I started, and I've noticed that I can get deadlocks sometimes when I'm running code, when I'm testing for some unit tests, when I'm testing for thrown exceptions because of the way that I'm doing that. And so I was trying to fix that, then it came downstairs because Laura wanted me to. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Is this Laura's? Laura was it's a video of Laura doing like a mock interview thing at uni, which I was watching yesterday, a couple of days ago actually. And it just literally randomly just started playing there on the Surface. Anyway, distracted. Then I came down here, started watching TV and whatnot. There are things I should be doing. Turn off! The things I should be doing that I'm not doing, and it's annoying me. And it's because I'm, like, I've taken such a long period of time off, and because I was basically overworked, I'm just trying to, like, round myself off a little bit off the edges and just try and start doing some more stuff. But it's really difficult to figure out what it is I'm supposed to be doing. You know? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like a lost soul, Laura said. So I just walk around not knowing what to do.
Apart from a walk today, we haven't really done a lot either. Today's been a day of somewhat working. What am I looking for? Working on.
We went out for a nice walk and got some bread because we cooked a lovely stew for dinner, which was delicious. You got kind of a stew without a baguette, you know. So been doing that, and then otherwise I've been like drafting more emails and whatnot for some work stuff that I'm up to. Trying to get the word out somewhat. God, how many notepads. And otherwise been focusing on getting Atlas up and running. And as I was getting Atlas up and running, I was trying to run Service Fabric on a 5-node plan. So I've always done it on 1 node because it throws exceptions, and it's quite heavy to run on one machine anyway. And I was like, let's see what it's like. And I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm almost not really using Service Fabric properly, on the grounds that I'm like assigning an official port and then kind of circumnavigating Service Fabric to get it. I should be going through the Service Fabric reverse proxy. Spent some of my day today trying to figure out what that means and what that looks like. Uncovering some interesting problems and trying to solve them with interesting solutions. So that is what I'm currently doing. I've figured out how to communicate with the clusters, the instances via the reverse proxy. The one thing I'm conscious of is identity server. Because identity server obviously needs to know where to redirect to. And if that always moves, that could be problematic, couldn't it? I'm making a note on my little notepad. Things to look up tomorrow. I can't have been the first person to solve these problems. That's my only, thinking. That's my only thought process.
So that is basically what I've been doing.
Trying to get back into it, but subtly, you know. So I can send some emails tomorrow, and then another one the day after, and then otherwise get back into the development part of stuff with my new computer and all the other stuff with my laptop. But I'm trying to do it slowly and in a fun manner, you know. Right, but tomorrow probably not a lot of that because we'll go on shopping. Well, there's so much shopping to do tomorrow. God damn it! But we're deliberately going on a day where it should be quieter because it's a weekday. It's a school night. You know, come to do the last of our Christmas shopping on a Monday when normal people are at work, but we've got holiday, so we don't need to worry about that. We don't need to tangle with the crowds at the weekend. After Laura shopping, I need to go get my hair cut, which is why it's not gelled and it looks shit. And I need to get some posts. What kind of spam post I get at that address, man? It's insane. I don't need an accountant. God damn. I'd so love to go and work there one day. Just not for because it's like a co-working space. Just to see what it's like. Just sit down for 3 hours an afternoon once and just see, you know. That'd be good fun. It does mean though that I would be without my desktop. Which is a really weird thing to have. Once you've bought a computer like that. Like my Surface Book was slower than Atlas, but it held a torch to it in some scenarios. To do some stuff. If I had to run the whole platform, it was a lot slower. But if I wanted to just do singular bits, it was perfectly fine. But now, compared to a new computer, which is 4 times, maybe 8 times faster in some cases, it feels very slow. Which is the problem with, literally the only problem with buying really beastly computers, is comparatively, to get a laptop that even holds a torch to it, you have to spend so much money. God damn, set up some remote desktop kind of stuff, probably. Done all the shopping in town. Now going to, we're in Cribs now, because I want to go to John Lewis and Curry's, and I'm going to be looking at computer accessories while Laura goes to my literally my world's least liked shop, HomeSense. You could decimate a single shop and just be like, just wipe it off the face of the earth. HomeSense will be the one I pick. It's a shithole. Right, so I want to look at cameras, because I feel like I'm getting to the point where I need to replace you, and I'm considering replacing you with a GoPro. Because it's like, more so because it's in the price range that I want, and all Canon and Sony ones are all over the price range now. Anyway, PC mice, but less so. Keyboards, speakers, monitors. I feel like they may be the next buy, but they are expensive still. I guess it's competing with that, which is nowhere near as good. And too big to look up what the difference is between the black, the silver and the white. And then that'll be the one. I was looking at this keyboard. Oh, that does feel nice. Mouse is a no-brainer, one of these bad boys. Feels a bit plasticky, that. I'll see if they've got a surface. Otherwise, if they weren't so ugly, I'd buy them. I'm not quite convinced about these. I think these look cool, but I don't know what they sound like. These are probably edging it though, to be honest with you, because of that price tag. Otherwise, monitor-wise, that's gorgeous. So, what a crazy day. We've done a lot of walking around and shopping today. We went down to town, did some shopping, went up to Cribs, did some shopping, came back here, chilled for a little bit. Laura's been doing some work knitting.
She's knitted these two little donkeys for someone who wanted two donkeys that look like real life donkeys that they own.
And then we went food shopping, so it's been like lots of going around and about. I'm off again tomorrow, so living the dream again there, which basically means that today is Saturday, tomorrow is Sunday. I believe the plan tomorrow isn't actually that robust. Laura's doing some baking. I might get into some programming and stuff, but otherwise, just another chill day, you know. Also got lunch from the Christmas market, and it's quite late. And I had a Yorkshire pudding wrap, which is basically like a roast dinner and a Yorkshire pudding, which is great. But it's like, you know, when you get like it's got the same problem a burrito has. If you ever have a burrito from like Mission Burrito or whatever, how are you supposed to eat it? Because you get to a point where you can't pull the wrapper down anymore because it's like too tight. Like, I don't understand how you eat those things. It just all falls apart. It's a pain in the ass, man. Just give me a fucking pita bread or something. Also, what a fucking business model. Charging more for a Yorkshire pudding, which costs way less than a bread roll or a pita bread. Like, you can make thousands of Yorkshire puddings for like a fucking £5 or something. Anyway, it's by the by. Is that it for today? What else has happened? Otherwise, we started watching House of Cards. Obviously a bit late to that train, it came out ages ago. But I've not heard much about it, so I'm assuming it's not very good. Slash, people didn't watch it because of the old "ya boy" thing. And what else? Oh, that's about it. Oh, I spent some time listening to PMQs / Theresa May pulling back the old vote. Lol. What a fucking mess. Otherwise, I'm legit gonna start looking into replacing this camera with a GoPro. Because if a GoPro works, and the sound looks good as well, if a GoPro works effectively as a vlog camera, it's also waterproof. Maybe that's what I need to do. I think that's like a reasonable upgrade from this camera. Like I say, all the other cameras are either like £1,000 or not any better, and they're all like bigger. I want smaller, but still the same, you know? Because a GoPro is like a legit... The problem is you either pay way too much for a significant thing, and I don't need that significant thing, or you pay basically the same price for a downgrade, or you pay less for an even worse camera. The problem with smartphones just decimated this portion of the camera market that I currently live in. And maybe I should look past... I did look at the DJI Osmo Pocket thing, but maybe I should look past the using a camera as a video camera, and go back to using a video camera as a video camera. Gone are the days where people used to vlog with cameras like this because they were a little bit more discreet than a video camera, you know? Then the selfie ruined that, didn't it? So for Christmas, I've asked for / seen the package that looks remarkably similar in shape and size to a small skateboard, so that I can basically have a little... It's a penny board style. Well, no, it's a penny board that I can basically put in my backpack and bust out whenever I'm like, you know what, I could skateboard this. I've got into skateboarding a little bit. / I think I'd like to get into skateboarding a little bit. Obviously, I've only ever been really used to longboards, but they're a bit awkward to carry around, especially my nice big electric one. So, in preparation for Christmas, I'm going down to the closest skate park that I know. A couple of better ones, but they're so far away I'd need to take my electric longboard to get there and then bust this out. So I'm gonna have a go at this. I'm not expecting to be very good, but I'm also expecting this not to be very well designed for it, but we'll see. I've been waiting for an opportunity when it's not dark to go and try this out, and there's no school kids on this bloody skate park, and I'm off today, so good day for it. The longboards are definitely not designed for this, but it's worth a shot, innit? Shit, well that went well, didn't it, lol? I don't feel young enough or bouncy enough to do this shit. I don't intend to learn how to do lots of tricks. I just came just for fun, alright? I can go down that relatively straight, not so steep thing. And you go up it again, no boys. Anything with a slope, it's terrifying. Mainly because I'm going up and then down because I can't turn in that tighter space with a longboard, but anything steeper looking at beaches, no. My electric longboard could get up that easy. There's two things I can go down without beaching, that thing and this, which is a lot steeper. This, look, even without anyone on it, beaches there. And when you've got your weight on it, I tried it over there, it just goes and then stops and you run. The problem with these is I'm shit at going backwards. I can go forwards, I can do that, but as soon as it gets to there, I have enough battery I'd show you, but I said that as I came down. I'm back at base and I'm trying to get my application running on a 5-node service fabric network, which basically means not relying on fixed IP port numbers and letting service fabric dynamically allocate them for me, and then therefore I have to change the way I address them. I've been previously given them fixed IP port numbers, which is dumb. It's not how it will work in the cloud, so I need to just shift it about a bit, make sure it still works. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, should really get that running, get that database, that bit of my database deployed, because I need to run like the database setup scripts and whatnot. And you click run Open Visual Studio, and I just like instinctively looked away for a second, thinking, oh, I'll wait for that to load. Fucking there. It's literally appeared before I even registered the fact that the screen had changed. It's insanely fast, this computer is. God, it's so much better than whatever I'm used to. And to be fair, what I'm used to is a not very good work laptop and a Surface Book and the old Atlas, but god damn, it's quick. That hard drive, that's what it is. That's what's doing all that work. I say I've been using it wrong. That's actually a lie. I've been using it right from the API gateway down. The API gateway is asking the reverse proxy for the address and then pointing at that service. But what I'm not doing, which I should be doing, is having all the external things that go in, i.e. me testing it from my from Postman. It's not actually Postman, it's Insomnia, but Postman should be going to that same reverse proxy. Likewise, the web should be. So really there's not that much changing, it's just all the automation tests basically are all pointing at the wrong URLs, and the web itself is pointing at the API gateway's specific node on the network, and it shouldn't be, it should be going through the reverse proxy. This to be working a treat. The one problem I've got so far is that it doesn't really understand how to get local JavaScript files, because the JavaScript files are just getting appended to the root address, and the root address is the root address of the reverse proxy, not the microservice. So it works for like all the APIs, but the MVC that I have for Identity Server doesn't appear to be working greatly, but I'm sure I'll figure that shit out. It's going to be trivial, mate. In the meantime, it's time to cook. Then guys, it's bedtime. It's better time. Got work tomorrow, unfortunately, but I'm only back in the office for now 6 days, and then I'm back on holiday again. 2 3-day weeks in a row, living the dream. 3 3-day weeks if you count the week prior to this. Like I say, living the goddamn dream. Otherwise, though, gotta call it. Been making some progress, which is good. Some good progress. Still struggling to get the JavaScript running, but everything else seems to work fine. At the moment, it's not really a problem because the security service only does the JavaScript's only there for validation purposes, so it just kind of circumnavigates it. It's not bad, but yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass how it won't do it. I think I need to look at, well, it's suggesting using load balancers and whatnot, but I want to figure out how to do it locally in dev, and obviously I don't have that. I can't have a load balancer locally. I could obviously have a load balancer in the cloud, and I'd probably need one with Service Fabric, but it's a pain in the ass, goddammit. But yeah, otherwise, Laura came home, she was out with a work friend who just had Baba, so I was chilling, had dinner and whatnot by myself. She came back, had a cup of tea, and now we're heading to bed. Heading to bed because I have to, rather than because I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed and read for a little bit, I think, rather than stay up and tinker with stuff. Which I could do, but I need to go to bed because I've been really struggling to wake up in the mornings. I'm going to be honest with you. Not looking forward to that 6 o'clock start tomorrow. Right, I'm going to shoot off now. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Not really sure how long this video is. I've got a shitload of footage on my camera. I need to, in fact, that's one of the things I haven't set up on my computer yet, is my vlogging, video editing script setup thing. I could do it on my Surface if I need to, but it takes longer. Right, okay. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you later.